So I saw 12 Strong. A film starring Chris Hemsworth and Michael Shannon, 12 Strong's narrative focuses on the first Special Forces team who are deployed to Afghanistan after 9/11. In an attempt to take down the Taliban, the team must work with an Afghan warlord while under the leadership of their new captain Mitch, played by Chris Hemsworth. 12 Strong is actually based on Doug Stanton's book entitled Horse Soldiers, which tells the story of CIA officers and US Special Forces sent to Afghanistan immediately after 9/11. So yeah, the same premise. I'm a huge Michael Shannon fan, so he is probably the lead driving force that made me interested in this movie. That and the fact that there have been some incredible war movies these past couple years, such as Hacksaw Ridge and Dunkirk. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I really like the poster for this movie. It's simple yet colorful and engaging. Why not further educate myself on some 9/11 history? Okay, so did I like it? Is it good? Is it amazing? It is okay. The problem that this movie has is that it's slow moving. The story moves from one scene to the next without truly taking the time to allow the audience to absorb and feel the moment. This makes the movie feel dense, in that you don't get a true understanding of these characters. You don't get a full understanding of who they are. You do get a brief backstory of some of the main cast and their families, such as Chris Hemsworth, Michael Shannon, and Michael Peña's characters. However, it's not enough to create a foundation and understand who these characters are, and understand why or how they're responding to certain situations. This is not a terribly written movie, but the film suffers from the fact that the story always moves the characters, but the characters rarely move or progress the story. Now, when looking at the film Hacksaw Ridge, I was completely glued to the screen the entire time, as the film builds upon itself. Before even truly digging into the war aspect of the movie, we care about Desmond Doss as a character. We feel just how amazing of a person he is, and understand how his upbringing influenced his character's motivations. The film is also more focused and centered on this core character, which made the movie that much more powerful for me. And by the time you are actually at the point of pure war in the film, you're locked in, which makes the violent visuals and scenery that much more impactful. When comparing that to 12 Strong, we don't get the same experience. I guess what I'm saying is this. At a moment of high intensity, where characters are in danger in Hacksaw Ridge, this was my inner reaction. In a moment of high intensity in 12 Strong, this was how I felt. Yeah, quite a difference. I didn't hate this movie. And although there have been quite a few 9/11 movies, this was definitely a story that needed to be told. These men were deployed to Afghanistan literally right after the events of 9/11. In the movie, you hear the events on the news and boom, these men are out there fighting. In that regard, the movie does this story justice. You can appreciate what these men are going through. These are the men you heard about on the news without truly knowing what was going on during the war. And although the score is nothing special, the visuals are quite good. And while the actors may not have many moments to shine in, the performances were still quite good and the American heroism does shine at points in the movie. It's unfortunate that some of these other factors weigh the movie down. With that being said, it's time for a final rating. Alright, I'm going to give 12 Strong a 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.